What's up, Dr. Kim here. Today we're talking about exes appearing happy after a breakup. A lot of times people will get the impression that their exes are living their best lives without them. They get this idea by mutual friends giving them information. They also get it by lurking on their social media. We already know that social media can be a facade, but if a mutual friend is actually telling them that they're doing better without you, consider where they might be coming from. They may have an agenda to keep you two apart, or that mutual friend could have been told by the ex to make sure that you think that they're happy without you. The point is, you don't know how accurate this information is. Your ex may even have told you that they're doing well. After a breakup, unfortunately, people put on a poker face. What's in front of your eyes may be deceiving. Remember that human beings are wired to miss each other. Once you've established a significant relationship with someone, there will be environmental reminders that will make them think about you. And even if they happen to be happy in the meantime, remember that that could just be a sense of relief, which is typical after a breakup. What's up, Dr. Kim here. Today we're talking about whether or not you ruined your chances of being with your ex. So what are the biggest mistakes you can make after a breakup? The first one is a grand gesture. If your ex had given a lot of thought about not being with you, and you do something grand like write a long love letter or try to propose to them, that can hurt your chances for the meantime. The next thing that can hurt your chances for getting back with your ex is begging them to come back. If they made themselves crystal clear that they didn't want to be with you, you have to respect yourself and show them that you can give them space. The next thing that I've seen that can hurt your chances is trying to seek closure. This is when you write them a long text about how great they were and how you're wishing them well in life. Even if you've done any of these things, begging, doing a grand gesture, or looking for closure, it doesn't ruin your chances completely. You simply need to create a new association in the ex's brain of you not being desperate, not being needy, and being someone who has a full life that's filled up inside, that's in a healthy place. What's up, Dr. Kim here. Today we're talking about your ex dating someone new. You may have had obsessive thoughts about how this person compares to you and why are they dating someone new. But what you must understand about the psychology of a breakup is you already laid the foundation while you were together. That means if you were nurturing, if you were good to them, if you had fun with them, if you inspired them, that foundation is already laid for them to miss you. Some people start dating people new because they simply need a distraction. And if this is one of the first people they've dated since the breakup, this is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Studies actually show that people typically prefer comfort over someone new. This person that they're seeing has nothing to do with your relationship with them. This has everything to do with your dynamic with them and how you feel about yourself. So I challenge you to stop ruminating about this other person, and people do come back despite dating other people. Take the pressure off of you because the only thing that you need to do right now is focus on your healing and your self-development. What's up, Dr. Kim here. Today we're talking about, can a stubborn ex come back to you? Stubbornness is a strong opinion or attitude against doing something, despite even good arguments or good reasons to do it. When you look at the word reasons, actually conveying that this is a logical issue. And in most cases, logic isn't what brings someone back. Typically, it's emotion, strong emotion or passion for the person. And this is exactly why it's typically not effective to talk your ex into being back with you. When people decide to break up with someone, they're typically going off emotion. It means that they have to feel something in order to want to be with you again. When you start feeling more confident about yourself and you're doing new things without them, and they're not hearing from you anymore, they get to actually experience that emotion of not being with you. Can a stubborn ex come back? Absolutely. So typically, stubbornness is not going to be the reason why they stay away from you long term. What's up, Dr. Kim here. Today I'm going to give you research-based ways to reignite a relationship. When you're watching a TV show or a movie with them, make an effort to actually discuss the character's relationship. Studies actually show that if you talk about fictional relationships, it can improve yours. Another thing you can do is talk about the dream you had the night before. Studies show that when you share dreams with one another, you actually feel more empathy for that other person. Another way to reignite a relationship is to look at each other's childhood photos. Couples who pull out each other's photo albums from childhood report feeling more bonded to them. Something that can kill the chemistry between you two is fighting. And fighting is usually precipitated by making assumptions. Instead of making assumptions, make sure that you're asking questions instead. And the next thing that you want to do to reignite a relationship is to reminisce about how you two met. Reminiscing can be a powerful way to reignite a relationship. What's up, Dr. Kim here. Today we're talking about whether or not you should reach out after doing no contact after a breakup. So let's say you were taken for granted and you decided to go no contact. Maybe you went no contact for 30 days or 66 days like I recommend. You really took this time to work on yourself to become a new, evolved, better version of yourself. Now maybe you feel like, hey, it's the end of my no contact. Maybe I should reach out to my ex. In my opinion, no contact does not end when you're 30 days, 66 days, whatever it is. The 66 days is really about you developing new routines, being more confident, not initiating and getting into the habit of doing that. Getting into new habits like working out and working hard on your dreams during this time. By the end of 66 days, your ex should definitely know that you are not desperate to get back with them. And even more the point, to not reach out just because the 66 days are over. You simply continue what you're doing in no contact and let time and what you're doing for yourself work its magic.
No phone calls, no text messages, no showing up at places you know they're going to be at, and no obsessively checking their social media. The reason why no contact is so important after a breakup is because it gives your emotions a chance to regulate. If you've been dumped, chances are you're coming from a very wounded place, your ego's been triggered, and you're acting in ways you normally never wouldn't. You're probably begging them to change their mind. 30 days of no contact allows you to start seeing things objectively. Start asking yourself what you even like about this person. Were they willing and able to meet your needs? This also gives the other person an opportunity to realize what life is like without you, and it gives them a chance to miss you.
What's up, Dr. Kim here. Today we're talking about fearing what your ex is doing and if they've moved on. Believe it or not, your ex does not move on as fast as you think, regardless of what they're displaying, and regardless of who they're seeing or who they're spending time with. You likely had an intellectual and emotional bond. So no matter what they're doing with other people, that does not negate what they had with you. Remember that other people don't break a bond. In fact, a college study actually proved that months later, exes were still checking up on their social media and still thinking about each other. Of course, you're still going to have automatic thoughts about them. In fact, in many cases, if you've been that person that gave a lot of value in the relationship, and seeing other people can actually create a contrast with them actually putting you as higher. There was a reason why they found you so valuable that they spend so much time with you. And when someone's invested, their brain does not want to let go.